Hey, if you're curious to know how you can grow your passive income to the moon, right? Then guess what, my friend? You found the right video. Hey, Daniel, cue in that intro, please. Hey, how's it going, friend? Juan Pablo here. If you're new to this channel, or if you're currently a part of this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you, because on this channel, we typically like to discuss three things that lead to financial freedom, the three pillars, which are, number one, personal finance. So we talk about budgeting, we talk about credit, debt to credit ratio, debt to income ratio, and we also talk about personal development, because you cannot have business development without personal development. And the second thing we'd like to discuss on this channel is funding. Having a multitudinous, using those big SAT words, right? A multitudinous amount of capital, so that way you can use it to build up your passive income. And speaking of which, we'd like to discuss the third thing, real estate investing. So that way you can have an abundance of cash flow. And we'd like to focus on multi-units and multi-family properties. Hey, but you might be new, and if so, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, so that way YouTube, Google, the algorithm can do its thing to provide you with additional videos to help you along your journey towards becoming financially free. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the topic. All right, so I'm going to share with you how you can gain massive success in real estate, but this can also apply to any business that you're involved in or you're interested in pursuing. And I'm speaking on behalf of the things that I've done. So this is Gestalt, right? Experience share, what I've done. And I believe these two simple principles will also help you as well. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first principle is this: find a book. That's it. That's the rest of the video. No more. No, I'm joking. But you definitely need to find a book. Now, a book doesn't mean it has to be a physical book. It could be a course. It could be CDs. I'm not sure if there's information still on CDs or cassette tapes nowadays. It could be a podcast, MP3. You catch my drift. It's to learn something from some sort of medium and get multiple different variations of those books or CDs, courses, podcasts, and so forth, YouTube videos that relate to that topic. Because you have to become so hungry. Just pretend that it's food, right? And you want to have I'm thinking about food now because I'm hungry because I normally fast. So I'm like, oh man, just saying the word food makes me hungry. But let's say with food, right? You just want to just gorge on, let's say just broccoli, right? You don't want to just gorge on broccoli. Sure, broccoli is a vegetable, is good for you. However, most nutritionists, I'm not a nutritionist, but most nutritionists will tell you want to have a balanced diet. So you want to have some sort of carbs, whether it's vegetables, some sort of protein. You also want to have just a variety of different mix of foods, so that way you have a balanced diet. You know, if you just gorge on meat, just eat nothing but protein, but you're lacking the vegetables, you're lacking some grains, your body will be unbalanced. And the same thing goes for real estate, right? If you just gorge on, let's say, one particular material, let's say about how to find deals, for instance, right? You're just trying to learn as much as you can, read a book about it or what have you. That's good. However, what about financing those deals? What about your personal credit? Because that plays a part in getting financing. What about time management? Because even if you have the money, you got the credit, and you got the know-how to do real estate, but if you lack time management skills and you're always procrastinating, putting things on the back burner, it won't do you any good. So you want to make sure you have a smorgasbord, right? A big fat platter of all the different things you need to have a balanced real estate investing diet, okay? And some of those things that should be included on that platter or on your plate are as follows. You need to know about personal finance. You need to know about funding. You need to know about real estate investing. And you need to know about personal development. Now, you probably would have guessed those things, but to me, that's a well-balanced real estate diet. And with real estate, of course, there's many different variations of real estate, just like there's many different variations of apples, right? There's green, yellow, red, and so forth. So with real estate, I highly recommend for you to focus on buy and hold, multi-units, whether in or out your state. Because if you're interested in financial freedom, bulking up your passive income, right? You got to get that heavy protein, and that heavy protein is analogous to you getting a heavy amount of multi-units in your portfolio, okay? Because with multi-units, the more units you have, the more cash flow you receive. Meaning, instead of buying 10 single families scattered all over town, and that's 10 different closings, why not consolidate those 10 units into one building and just have one closing? That's one roof you have to repair, not 10. That's one foundation you might have to repair, not 10. So for management, for maintenance, it's a lot simpler. It's a lot leaner, okay? So I highly recommend for you to focus on multi-units. But just to bring it back, you want to have a good variety of material. And we do provide a lot of this material on this channel, right? So if you're interested in learning more about certain videos we have, let's say about personal finance, check the link below in the description. Actually, I'm going to drop a link about personal finance, about credit. I'm going to drop a link about funding and about real estate. So check the links below. Those are my video recommendations. So that way you can have a well-balanced diet. Now let me lead to the second thing. So cool, you're eating right, right? Just like I'm just using fitness and health as an analogy. Sure, you're eating right, that's good. However, you also need to exercise, right? To make sure you're in optimal health. But this is the thing. For some of you, if you're new to exercise, and it might have happened to you, you might know someone else that's happened to, let's say new year, new me, New Year's resolutions. They start dieting, they start exercising, but being that they have no one to guide them on the right foods to eat, the right workouts to do, or no one to not just guide them, but let's say hold them accountable. Eat this, don't eat that. Hey, make sure you eat it. It's Monday. Remember, you're supposed to be eating this. Did you eat it? Hey, it's Tuesday. You're supposed to be working out at this time. Did you do it? Hey, you only did 10 push-ups. Come on, squeeze out another 2 for me. Let's do 12. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. So you don't have anyone to guide you, hold you accountable, provide you with instruction. And you might be used to your old habits, your old ways. Then guess what? Even though you might be strong with that New Year's resolution for the first few weeks or months even, you might revert back to your old self. You might go back to your old habits, eating that bad diet and doing little to no exercise. So that's the same thing in regard to getting massive results where real estate investing is concerned, or passive income is concerned. Consume the right diet. And don't try to consume the junk food. The junk food will be analogous to consuming Netflix, right? Hulu. Consuming Instagram. Things that are not going to help you achieve your financial goals. Sure, you can eat junk food every now and again. You can have a cheat meal or a cheat day, maybe once a week or so forth. It's the same thing. You want to have a cheat day or a cheat viewing of a movie or Netflix or whatever floats your boat, whatever media you enjoy, or comic book, or whatever you do that's related to entertainment. You just want to keep it to a minimum, okay? Very minimum, very small, okay? Now, outside of that, you also want to focus on having a person in your life to provide you with the instruction, the guidance, and the accountability. And that's what a mentor does. So those are the two things I've done always to learn new things, whether it's investing in real estate, wholesaling, buying whole. I had a wholesaling company, buying whole rentals, whether starting online businesses, whether I started meetups, paid meetups, memberships that I've done in the past. 9 times out of 10, I found a well-balanced diet of learning material, and I found the person who's actually doing the things that I wanted to do. And that person will not only just provide me with the instruction, they will guide me. Okay, that's good. So you're investing right. Okay, so just make sure you put this contingency in your contract. Hey, remember with the letter of intent, you want to talk about the price and the terms. And here's a template for you. So they not only just provide me the information, they help guide me as I was doing it. So that way I'm not doing it alone. So similar to working out. Sure, you might be able to do push-ups yourself, but if you have a personal trainer right there beside you, sharing with you, okay, I see you're doing push-ups, but to make it a little bit more challenging, let's do a diamond type push-up. So that way we can work the inner part of your chest and your triceps. So that way you can have a well-defined body. right? You want to do the same thing with your portfolio. You want to be well defined with passive income with a really good portfolio, a really good mix of multi-unit properties. But you got to make sure you have someone to give you the instruction, the guidance, and the accountability to make sure you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. That you're not cheating where your diet is concerned, where your learning is concerned. Meaning if you were supposed to, let's say, read 2 hours today and you skipped out on it because you might have had a long day at work. You gotta put in that knowledge. You gotta put in the work. Or you might have skipped out on going to a networking event to raise capital. You gotta be able to put in that work. You gotta go to the networking event. Because at the end of the day, even though your muscles may feel sore, you still gotta do that workout to get the results you're looking for. So even though you might be tired, you might be lethargic, you might be burnt out, you might have a long week. However, you gotta put in the work. So getting the right balance nutrition from learning, as well as having someone there to guide you, hold you accountable, that'll be a match made in heaven for you to help you along your goals to becoming financially free. Now, if you're interested in becoming financially free, all you have to do is just check the links below in the description. I actually have a free training for you that'll help you along your journey towards acquiring multi-unit properties. All right, guys, that's all I have today. As always, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.